Okay, this week's Artist of the Week, as you can see here, is by an artist named Edgar Degas. This is called The Absinthe Drinker. Edgar Degas was one of the early Impressionists. The Impressionists and Impressionism was a radical new way to paint. We look at it now and we think, oh, no big deal. But at the time, very different, very new, doing things that necessarily weren't very accepted in the world of art. And a few of the things they were doing was painting images of just everyday people. They were also doing a lot of painting on scene, whether that's outside or where these people were or where these events were happening. Now, Degas was kind of a bridge between the accepted form of art and this new quote unquote radical form of art. Degas was most known for his ballerinas, and I'm sure you've seen some of his images before of the ballerinas. He even got to a point in his life where he couldn't see very well, and he moved to sculpture. And these very famous ballerina sculptures were done when his sight was very, very poor. So he really did a lot of work based on the feel of it rather than looking at it. Some more images of him. This is a early self-portrait. What I love about Degas is that he captures those everyday quick moments in time in a very interesting way. He did it in a way though that was kind of different than other impressionists, where he would go out, he would do his sketches, he put all his sketches together and take them back to his studio and actually paint there. So he again was a little different than a lot of the other impressionists. But you can see here how he's just kind of capturing a moment in time of these groups of people. These three ladies here, this man and his two girls and dog. And he's doing it in a way that's also very similar to something that was new in this time period. And this is late 1800s when photography was just coming into being. And so a lot of his images are very photo-like as far as cropping images. Like this guy here on the left, he's not fully in the image, and that would have been something that art purists would look at and say, oh, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing that. Here's a quote by Degas that I just love. Art is not what you see, but what you make others see. And I think that's very true. And that's something maybe you can think about to see what exactly does he mean when he says that. So again, this is our image for this week, the absinthe drinker. Now, absinthe is this drink that she has in front of here in front of her on the table. Absinthe was a very, very highly addictive liqueur, and it was actually made with something called wormwood that was used as poison for like rodents and pests and things like that. But it was very, very strong, was very, very addicting. And it was kind of like the crack cocaine, you could say, of this time period. And a lot of people had a tough time with it. And this image also incorporates some two-point perspective. If you look here, we have some lines of the table here going in one direction, and we have lines of the table going another direction, one to one vanishing point on the right, and the other one's going to vanishing point on the left. So a little bit of two-point perspective, even though it's close up, a little bit of two-point perspective. All right, so if you need to continue drawing and write down the image, please do that now. Go ahead and pause and finish up, and then I'll be done with this lecture on Artist of the Week.